Hey everyone, today I have a few interesting stories to share with you. Each one is pretty surprising, and I'm sure you'll enjoy them. Let's not waste any time and get started. I'm telling this for the first time, and honestly, everything was normal that morning. But by the evening, even the police were shocked. I don't even know how to explain it because I still can't understand it. But everything started in that old house. My name is Jake. Last summer, I had to go to my grandfather's old house in the countryside. Ever since I was a kid, strange things would happen there, but no one ever took them seriously. After my grandfather passed away, the house was completely abandoned, but I had to stay there for one night to handle some paperwork. At first, everything seemed normal. Dusty rooms, old furniture, but around 2 a.m., I woke up. There was someone standing outside my door. I didn't call out. I didn't move. I just listened. A shadow passed under the door. I told myself, it must be the wind, but then I noticed something else. In the hallway, my grandfather's old cane was leaning against the wall, and right in front of my eyes, that cane moved. That's when I knew. I wasn't alone in that house. I barely made it through the night. But the strangest part, when I woke up, the front door was wide open, and what the police told me truly terrified me. The officer said, there was someone else in the house with you, but they don't appear on the security cameras. So what do you think really happened that night? Was someone really there, or was it just my imagination? Let me know in the comments. I've waited a long time to tell this, because it doesn't even seem real to me. But what happened that day still haunts me. Everything was normal in the morning. In fact, it was the most ordinary day of my life. But by the evening, I found myself in a place I didn't recognize, without my wallet or phone, completely alone. I don't know how it happened, but one thing is certain. I shouldn't have taken that taxi. It all started when I decided to leave work and head home. It was late and I was tired, so I called a taxi. The driver's name on the app was David. I checked the license plate, got in the car. Everything seemed fine. But 5 minutes later, I received a notification on my phone, and I froze. The message read, your driver has reached your destination. But I was already in the car. So who owned the car I was in? The driver looked at me in the rearview mirror and smiled. That's when I felt something was off. I reached into my pocket for my phone. It wasn't there. I tried to grab my wallet. It was gone too. I tried to stay calm and asked, I think I lost my phone. Did I drop it somewhere? The driver looked at me through the mirror, smiled faintly, and said something I'll never forget. Do you even know where you're going? At that moment, I realized something was very wrong. I asked him to pull over, but he sped up. I had no idea where we were heading. I thought to myself, should I just jump out of the car? But then, suddenly, the car came to a stop. I opened the door and ran out. But when I looked around, I had no idea where I was. I was standing in an unfamiliar street. My phone, my wallet, everything was gone. The driver looked at me and simply said, how you get home is up to you now. Then, without a word, he got back in his car and drove off. It all seemed like just a coincidence, but looking back, that coincidence left marks on my life that I can't erase. That day, everything was normal in the morning. By the afternoon, a friend of mine sent me a photo. I found this for you, it said in the message. The photo was of a grave with a flower bouquet and an old stone on top of it. The inscription was barely legible, but what was strange was that the grave seemed to belong to my grandfather. It had been years since my grandfather passed away, so when I saw the photo, I was shocked. I immediately called my friend. Where is this grave? He hesitated before answering. There are a lot of people there I didn't know. But something inside me stirred. I felt like I needed to see that cemetery as soon as possible. I dropped everything and drove there. During the drive, I was filled with questions. I thought maybe my friend was joking, but the possibility that the photo was real started to sink in. When I arrived at the cemetery, I quickly found the grave from the photo. A strange fear washed over me. The name on the grave wasn't my grandfather's. There was a different name, someone I didn't recognize. But even stranger, as I dug into the grave, another old stone appeared underneath. I couldn't read the inscription clearly, but for a moment it felt like I was a part of another life. That old stone seemed to connect something that wasn't from this world. In that moment, I felt like something from a different realm was watching me. I quickly left the cemetery, but I couldn't tell anyone what happened. I tried to call the friend who sent me the photo again, but I never reached him again. What was under that grave, and who sent me that photo? Was it really my grandfather's grave, or was it someone else's past being sent to me? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.